So the problem is when you're running paid ads, you will only get probably 2 to 3% of your traffic buying right out the gate within like a 14-day buying cycle. So the other 98% typically just get wasted. Hey there, my name is Nick Tan, and today I'm going to be talking about how I made $3.7 million just from my Instagram profile, utilizing the Instagram profile sequence I'm going to be walking you through today and showing you how to do this if you're an agency owner or coach. And this is super powerful because right now, ads are getting way more expensive. If you've invested into ads and done any paid traffic, you'll realize it's getting a lot more expensive. And more than anything, people are way less trustworthy, so they're not buying as much as they used to. A few years ago, you could toss up a VSL funnel and just push a VSL funnel and basically book a call and close. Nowadays, it's a little bit different. So I'm going to show you how basically I grew my account and how I drove traffic to it, but more than anything, how I actually monetize the traffic. A lot of coaches, agencies have huge followings, but they don't know how to actually monetize their traffic. So I'm going to actually give you the whole sequence that I use to actually monetize my traffic and turn that into $3.7 million. So hopefully you're excited. I'm super excited to dive into this. But basically, it all starts with having an optimized Instagram profile, right? So you need a good profile. You need to have good content on there and content that actually speaks to your audience. You can't just be posting random stuff, posting stuff that's irrelevant, because there's ways to get a lot of traffic, right? And you can post a ton of content that goes viral. But what I've learned after testing on my profile for over 3.5 years is that you really need to dial in your messaging and who you're speaking to. So you really need to know who your ideal client is, your specific avatar. And if you can speak to that audience, your content will resonate significantly longer. People will follow you and be nurtured long term. And when you have an optimized Instagram profile, like I've had people who've been following me for 2 years and then end up buying into my stuff and then, really going into my stuff and actually working with me and things like that. But prior to, they were just watching me for 2 years, right? So Instagram is a long-term play. You're going to get people who come in, like we have people who come in right away into our Instagram profile and end up buying our stuff right away. But we also build up a long-term audience. So the problem is that when you're running paid ads and you're doing a VSL funnel or just a normal, typical, whatever funnel that you're using. But the point is that when you're running paid ads, you will only get probably 2 to 3% of your traffic buying right out the gate within like a 14-day buying cycle. So the other 98% typically just get wasted. Like a lot of the time, people don't follow up and focus on that long-term, nurture. So that's why this works so well, is because when you have an Instagram profile, it optimizes for buyers who are ready to buy right away, but it also optimizes and nurtures people for long-term. So it's super, super important to have a really, really strong profile. So post great content, post content that speaks to your audience. Really think about who your ideal client is. Like actually sit there for maybe an hour and actually write down who you want to work with, who your ideal client is, what their pain points are, what would they find valuable on your profile if they were to follow you. Ask yourself what you find valuable when you go to follow other people and why you're actually looking at their stuff and spending your time looking at their stuff. And most of the time, you'll figure out the type of content that's going to work well is value first, like actually giving away value. The problem is that people think, they can just post some random stuff without any value and think that's going to just make them a millionaire one day. If you actually put value first and people actually trust you, they implement your stuff, make money from your stuff. Like so many people make money just from our free stuff, which is why I love it, because then they come to me after they've utilized my free methods to make them a bunch of money. Then they come to me and then I end up being able to actually work with them and help them on a much higher level and make them even more money, right? So that's like the leverage consulting I always talk about. But the point is that put value first. Don't be scared to have call to actions and things like that to funnel people into your into your different funnels, which I'm going to walk you through, you still will use a VSL funnel and you need an optimized bio, right? That's actually going to be pushing to that. So I'll dive into that in a little bit. But with anything, once you have your profile set up, you need traffic. So these are the 3 forms of ways to basically generate traffic. I also have a video that basically walks you through how to actually grow your Instagram from 0 to over 100,000 followers. So feel free to go check that out on my page as well, on my YouTube channel here. But basically the premise of it is that there's 3 ways to really drive traffic. So there's organic content, Instagram direct message ads, and follower ads. So we've done a lot of this, and then we've recently really focused on the organic content. So I'd say for the last year, we've put in a lot of effort into organic content, and it is super powerful. So just to give you some context, in 1 month of doing some really strong organic content, really focusing on putting good content out there, we were able to grow like over 10,000 followers in a single month. And that 10,000 followers proceeded to lead to like hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? So one of our peak months was over $300,000 just from Instagram. And it was literally from having really strong organic content. So when you put strong organic content out there, what's going to happen is Instagram's algorithm is going to push to more people. It's going to have a much higher reach. And what happens when you have a higher reach is that people are going to see it, interact with it, and then that reach goes even crazier. And that's how you go viral, but is pushing to your exact avatar if your messaging is correct. So when your messaging is correct, you're actually reaching like really high quality people. Then what happens is they come to your optimized Instagram profile. They look at the content that's on your feed and they're looking at your stories and everything's amazing. And then they get super, super excited and follow you. At that point, they'll either go into one of these funnels, which I'm going to break down in a second here. But then that's how they become a buyer, right? Now, same thing with Instagram DM ads. So what we're doing is essentially feeding and running ads, right? And when we run our Instagram DM ads, like we're literally paying like $3 a conversation. So it's like we're literally running Instagram DM ads and getting conversations for $3, and they look at my profile. So the reason why, like a ton of people run Instagram DM ads, but they don't work. The reason why it works is because we have a super strong profile. Like if you go on my profile, we put really good content out there. We get a lot of social proof, thousands of likes. We get millions of views on our reels and things like that. Just this month alone, we've reached over 2.4 million people on my Instagram, which is absolutely insane, right? So when we run Instagram ads and people see that, they look at this profile and they're like, wow, this is like really, really good. There's a ton of great content on here. And then they're way more likely to respond to us and actually have a conversation with us. So this only works, Instagram DM ads only works if you actually put in time to optimize your Instagram profile. And then what we'll also do is run follower ads. So we were getting anywhere between 60 to 80 cents per follower. So you can imagine how many followers we can ramp that up to. And then from there, when they follow our stuff, they basically see the content. And again, it all comes back to the optimized Instagram profile. So those are the 3 ways to generate traffic. Let me know if you have any questions on that or if you want more of an in-depth view on how we actually do that. But I just want to go high level as to showing you how we actually drive traffic to it. So those are kind of the 3 ways to do so. All right. Now, from there, basically, there's 3 different routes they can go. So they follow me, they see content. Some people are going to basically be ready to buy. Some people are going to be, following me for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, even over a year or 2. I'd say like, the percentages are pretty standard. I mean, most of the time, like people who buy our high ticket stuff, they're generally following for about 2 to 3 months, right? And then probably 3 to 5% of people opt in right away, follow me right away, and within like a week are buying my high ticket stuff. So it works really, really quick, right? Which is fantastic. And there's 3 ways they can really go. So basically, the first thing is we have the VSL funnel directly in my bio. So let's say they come in, follow me, then basically they can opt into the VSL funnel, watch our VSL, book a call, and then that gets pushed to my sales team, and then my sales team will have a conversation with them and close them. So this is a very quick sequence because they'll come and follow me, see my bio, and then just basically opt in. So this is for people who are really, really high intent. And this is just a one call close. So because I know they're super high intent, we can basically reach out to them to schedule a call. One thing I will also say as here as well is that we will outbound, we'll have a setter outbound dialing or texting them, and that will also lead to here, right? So basically, like if they opt into the VSL, some of them are going to auto book right into our calendars, my sales team's calendars, and then a portion of them aren't going to opt in. They're just going to watch the VSL. We'll send them a text and say, hey, how's it going? Did you enjoy the video? Did you find value in it? Do you have any questions? Or did you want to book a call with one of our advisors to see if it might make sense for us to work together? So these are the most high intent leads because they're coming in and actually like absorbing and watching something. So it's really powerful because let's say it's a 10-minute video, right? What we'll do is within like 20 to 30 minutes, we'll send a text message or have someone send a text message from my team and basically have a quick conversation with them. And their goal is to get them onto the calendar to schedule a call if they're ready. If they're not ready, then what we'll do is we'll push them down and basically push them down into our community or our email list. They'll also be on our email list when they opt in. But the point is that we want them absorbing as much information as possible. This is where like nurture really comes in. I call it group trust because when they join a community and they join a group, it warms them up because they see other people who are, doing really well. They see other people who are communicating with each other. They're absorbing more content and things like that. So then they become significantly warmer in the follow-up, right? So that's basically what we do if they're not ready. And then our goal is to get them back to a booked call at some point. Okay. So that's the VSL funnel. Now the other thing too, is we'll also do outbound DMs with an ebook, right? So to any new follower, we'll gift them a free ebook, which also gives them access to a free 5-day course. All right. So it's a ton of value. So I'll add that in here. So basically the 5-day course, it gives them basically, a free book that walks them through exactly how we can help them. And then a 5-day course, basically giving them actual implementation steps. So the cool thing is, but like when we outbound them, they are loving it because they see my profile, they see the content. Then I outbound them with the free gift and give them access to an ebook and a 5-day course. And a lot of people from the 5-day course get their first, couple $1,000s just as a quick ROI from implementing. And then what we do is we reach back out and say, hey, how did you enjoy, the ebook? How did you enjoy the free 5-day course? Like, did you actually get results from it? Did you implement anything? Did you have any questions? And then we have a conversation with them. And normally at this point, they want to hop on a call. Like they're most of the time, it's so powerful because they come in, they absorb all this info, and then they're like, okay, what's next? And especially when they get a quick result, a quick win, like this 5-day course is optimized to get them a quick win. What's going to happen is they're going to come to you and say, what's next? So typically what we'll do is a quick discovery call with them because we get so many people coming in. Like we literally have hundreds and hundreds of messages every single day. What we'll do is we'll filter people out with a discovery call. So I'll basically have someone take a 15-minute call, double check if they're, double check if they're a good fit for us in the first place. And we probably deny 60 to 70% of people who want to work with us, because for us, we want to work with people who are super serious and also we can actually guarantee and get them results, right? So if we can't work with them and guarantee them results, then we don't really want to take their money because it's just not going to be good for anyone. So we work with people who we 100% know we can get results. So that's what we're looking for in a discovery call. Then from there, either if they're not a good fit, we'll nurture them and maybe they'll become a good fit at some point in the future. And if they are a good fit, what we'll do is we'll move them to a sales call, right? And then close them. So basically we'll book a call, and then from the book a call, we'll close them. Right, so you can see how this is starting to map and becomes this whole ecosystem, right? So if you guys watch my other video on the ecosystem funnel, this is what I called like the Instagram ecosystem. It's like an ecosystem in itself. So now there's also other posts that we do. So every so often on my story or on my Instagram feed, I'll basically drop a new lead magnet. So this is going to be something that's actually valuable. So like I'll take a snippet of a coaching call I've done, a private one-to-one call where you're actually getting insights, or I'll, create like an intentional training, like a 60-minute long training or masterclass. And we'll drop it on the feed and we'll say, hey, if you want access to this, comment below. I'll send it over to you over DMs and let me know what you think. And we get thousands of DMs doing this. So like when we put this on our story, we'll literally get like 10 to 20,000 people viewing our story. And then like, I don't even know, like hundreds and hundreds of DMs requesting this, if not closer to over 1,000 DMs just from one or two posts. And what happens is we give them the lead magnet. The lead magnet is really valuable. They consume the lead magnet. Then from the lead magnet, we have an automatic book a call sequence where basically we'll reach back out to them and essentially book a call. Or at the end of the lead magnet, there's a call to action to book a call. So these are hot leads. They've raised their hand, they absorbed and consumed a lead magnet, and they are ready for a book call. So if they auto book a call, those are pretty much laydowns because I know they just want to work with me. And from there, it's just making sure they're a good fit and making sure, we're able to help them and actually get them results. So then we just close them. So then from there, let's say a lot of these people aren't ready to book a call yet, which majority of people aren't. They're just going to need to be nurtured. Like it's great when, all this works in place and, people are ready to close. But where majority of businesses miss out on is having a community and having an email list. So what we do is we send out daily emails. It's almost like a newsletter, right? Of value, sharing testimonials, case studies, things like that. And from the email list, they have an opportunity to book a call, then close, right? So this is super important. This is going to generate a ton of calls every single day, every single week. This is how we probably book like 20% of our calls, okay, for the sales team. Then we also book a ton from our community, right? So you can use school or a Facebook group. In the past, we've used a Facebook group for the last few years. Now we're kind of moving more towards a school group because we want to have everything organized. We want to have like a great community where they can communicate with each other and also post like really valuable course content. So this is just like a free community that anyone can join. The goal of this community is to essentially get them results, right? So honestly, like you should make your community so damn good that it's better than most courses out there. And then from there, what you do is you have opportunities to schedule a call. So you can reach out to them, you can have call to actions in there, you can drop your lead magnets in there, or just basically have your calendar in the community to basically push them to book a call when they're ready. Then once they book a call, they end up closing. So you can see this is the whole thing, right? And to give you guys some context, we were pushing a $7,000 offer and ascending them to a $15,000 offer. So you can see like a client is worth a lot of money to us, which is how we were able to scale. So it's paired up with leverage consulting, like a leverage consulting offer paired with this funnel is absolutely insane, right? And this is just one piece of the ecosystem funnel. Like I can go way deeper into so many of the other things that we're doing. But if you implement this alone, like this is literally how I made over $3.7 million was just doing this. Not even the other parts of the ecosystem funnel and things like that we're doing that add to this. But this is super, super powerful. And I highly recommend you get started on this because this is probably the easiest way and the easiest funnel, right? Most of the time, agencies and coaches right now are literally just going straight to the VSL funnel. They don't have any nurture sequences. They don't really have an ecosystem that they can actually nurture people in long term. So it's like, yeah, cool. You can get like 2 to 3% of people buying from you. Your profit margins aren't going to be great. You're not able to scale consistently because every time you scale, your margins are so tight that they break. The thing is, like, we can turn off ads if we wanted to, and we're still able to book calls. We're still able to generate income, right? Because of how we've set it up, right? Because of the long-term nurture, the whole ecosystem and everything like that. So action steps would be to start really optimizing your Instagram profile, making sure you're posting great content on it, defining who your avatar and your ideal client is, and going from there. Then really starting to build out some of these assets. So you need a VSL, you need an ebook and a 5-day course or a lead magnet of some sort. It doesn't have to be a 5-day course. You know, that's honestly probably a little overkill at the beginning. Just keep it nice and simple. Just create something that's going to be valuable for your client. If you have those already, fantastic. You're already set up for it. And then really from there, start making offers. You make offers every single day. People are going to know what you offer. They're going to want to work with you, and they're going to be super high intent leads. And create lead magnets. So give value, right? Make sure you're actually giving true value, and that's going to be super helpful for you. So let me know how you get on with this Instagram ecosystem funnel. I really hope it helps you guys land a ton of clients. And let me know if you guys have any questions or what else you would like to see on this stuff. I'm happy to create it. It's a lot of fun for me, and I really hope it is valuable for you. So I'll see you in the next one. Take care.